What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is New England Gauntlet, and if you guys are new to this channel, please feel free to leave a like and hit that subscribe button down below if you're 30. And this afternoon, I will be simulating the Washington Commanders versus the Los Angeles Chargers. This is going to be a pretty electric game, I'm not going to lie. No pun intended. And yeah, we got a battle between the two young quarterbacks. We got Jaden Daniels taking on Justin Herbert. So this should be a pretty entertaining game. We got Austin Eckler taking on his former team in the Chargers. And yeah, we'll see how this one pans out, but I have high expectations for this one. And yeah, let me know in the chat or in the comments down below who you guys got me in this game and your score predictions. And without further ado, let's jump right into the simulation. Let's do this. Alright. Alright. Perfect. Enjoy.
Today, from Los Angeles, California, this is the National Football League. We'll see Justin Herbert and the LA Chargers taking on Jaden Daniels and the Washington Commanders.
From the second largest city in the U.S., Los Angeles, California, we've got football as EA Sports coverage of the NFL is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Now, Charles, you and I, we've done a lot of games together. Always seems like we're rehashing the same storylines. Turnovers, of course, always a big story. Quarterback play, running backs, yada, yada, yada. But getting ready for this one word kept coming to mind, and that's preparation.
Well, it's critical to be prepared. Physically, mentally. When you think about getting ready for an NFL game, you have to wonder, what will they throw at us that maybe we haven't seen before? 2-minute drill, maybe different things like that. Got to be prepared. You're exactly right.
We are just about ready. Cameron Dicker has the honors, and we are underway here at SoFi. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. Leading him out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want, but this guy, he is hard to corral.
Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From the 35, here's second down and 1. It's Eckler again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Throwing now is Daniels. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. To throw is Daniels. And that went to the right side and incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. Back deep for L.A. is Darius Davis. A nice little juke. It'll be a 39-yard punt, give him a good 10 yards on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their 1st-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got an open man, it's Josh Palmer. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into him. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down. Here's Herbert. This caught left side by the tight end Parham. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this will remain a scoreless game. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's 2nd and 3. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
We're going to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4. Those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people. They're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers. There's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
2nd down and 3. Once more, here's Eckler. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Daniels. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. At that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
to pick up the first on third. Here's Daniels. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Comes the Washington field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. Well, both teams kind of feeling each other out here. Now after 3 drives, we have a score with that field goal.
Yeah, they're still waiting for their breakout drive to come to them, all right? They're using the playbook well. They're looking for that extra section that says touchdowns instead of field goals. But they'll take the 3 for now and try and get set up for more later.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
First carry now for Gus Edwards. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the short catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He'll get this over the middle here to Palmer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the 50, here's Herbert. He gets it to Johnston. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Herbert on first down now. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end Parham. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 18. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. 2nd and 6. On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. More from L.A. in a moment. Dobbins is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Commanders' defense looking for a stop here. It's 3rd and goal. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Hayden Hurst, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Chargers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
This is where, as a tight end, you've got to really sell that this is a run. They're going to fake the give, hope the linebackers bite, and here they do just enough. That split second, that's all it takes for that tight end to leak out into the end zone. Touchdown.
Extra point up and good by Dicker, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. After the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They started on the ground with Eckler. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch here by McLaurin, and he's got himself a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
2nd and 10. To the air goes Daniels. Got this complete to Jahan Dodson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Here's 3rd and 6. Daniels looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Draw play, it's Eckler. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels going right back to Dotson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Washington with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Operating from the gun, Daniels. That is caught inside the 5. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Back to throw. Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Ben sent it from 3 yards out. And the Commanders are able to move back in front. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From his end zone, here's Darius Davis. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second and 6. Herbert now. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but now let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defense in front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 38 now, here comes second and 8. Now it's Herbert. To the right side and complete to Hurst. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Following the fumble recovery, Daniels, complete, it's Dotson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll send a tight end in motion right. Eckler now between the tackles. Great move, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Daniels. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And his kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Gus Edwards heading back onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff. Edwards. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
On 3rd down, here's Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But a short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs. That big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
On 1st down, it's Herbert. That one complete to McConkey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. At that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. A give up the middle to Dobbins. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this one finds McConkey. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 33. That one good for 13 and a Charger 1st. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Out of the gun, they give to Edwards. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Herbert off of play action. And that'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. Able to slither by. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Daniels. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Minutes remaining in this first half of football. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Daniels finding Ertz again. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 10 yards there, good for Washington 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call it?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
Daniels now to throw on 1st down. Zach Ertz has it complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. First down throw for Daniels. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Steps away to his left, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jaden Daniels, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it was finished off with a 10-yard touchdown scamper. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it. Down by 2 scores. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Pass out left finds Johnston. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Palmer. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, Herbert. Right side, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and it's Washington that scoops it up. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 37-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
One final possession for the Commanders in this opening half. And with great starting field position and 1 timeout in their pocket, they could still come away with points here in the late going. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. To the air again, Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Oh, he's brought down, and remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. This game's had a little bit of everything thus far, and certainly plenty to look forward to, as the teams are right back out there for the second half. So we'll get right back out there as well, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Chargers going to get the football first here in the second half, and they trail as we get back underway. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And that's to the 30. It'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Edwards. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Dobbins running out of the gun. And a pretty quick burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Here's Herbert. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Down the numbers. There he goes. Down to the 10, and he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, the defense obviously could not have drawn up a better start to the second half. They're holding on to that slim lead, just looking for a stop. Not only do they get the stop, Charles, they get the pick six.
Another example that life comes at you fast, doesn't it? One play ago, they're defending a slim lead coming out of the break. Now they're one more stop away from thinking about a possible put-away drive.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line. LA set to take over again on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. A give for Edwards running right. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Herbert working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. incomplete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. They set up the screen for Dobbins. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Good call there on first down. And Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Running left is Edwards. They got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Mason. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. How, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
His throw incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
On first down, here's Daniels to throw. His pass hauled in by Dotson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
And And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Up the middle with Eckler. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. They go play action. Daniels. Airing one out for Crowder. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Big yardage that time for Washington. 42 yards.
Another big play right there. And this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. Robinson up the middle. Gets past one man. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Here's Daniels. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. To throw is Daniels. And this is Ertz with it, right side. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Now a 2nd down throw for Daniels. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Austin Eckler, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And Austin Eckler capped it off with the touchdown reception. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Edwards here to begin the drive. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now 2nd and 9. Here's Herbert. It is caught left side by the tight end Parham. Touchdown, LA! Donald Parham, 76 yards. And the Chargers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. But it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. This taken in at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Washington offense back out there. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. To the air goes Daniels. Buying time to his left. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their 1st-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Daniels now on 1st and 10. Quick slant, Dotson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Daniels looking to throw. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. So a decent gain there, but not their 4th consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Well, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
And his throw is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Now Daniels. Caught by the tight end Ertz. That he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Daniels going to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 16. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down, and you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. 2nd and 9. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, when receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And Herbert going to slide to his stop, and he has a first down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From the 50, here's Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 40. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 5. Herbert now. He's got his... Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 21. We'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Johnston. And he lost the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. The question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
first and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Justin Herbert looking to pass. This is caught. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? The Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they can afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. It'll go as nearly a loss of 10 on first and goal, so a disaster there. It goes as a 9-yard loss on the sack.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick six from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Looking to throw. Herbert setting up the screen here to Edwards. Touchdown, Chargers. Gus Edwards from 10 yards out. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit. So this back now to a 10-point spread, and you have to imagine they'll line up and go for 2.
Oh, no question about it. If they can get this to an 8-point game, they can make things awfully interesting here in these last few minutes.
So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And they will get back to within 1 score as he is into the end zone, and the lead's cut to 8 here in the 4th. And that almost makes it a brand new ballgame. Now it's a 1-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the 2-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their 2-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
After the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. This game has really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
A first down throw for Daniels. Hurts over the middle. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Daniels now to throw on first down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
And that's a much-needed first down right there. Look, they're down by 8, so logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. Throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end, Parham. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
First and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. Edwards is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
He's got exactly what you're looking for. The ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Again, it'll be Edwards. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Gus Edwards with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Chargers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. And a failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Washington offense set to take over again. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Daniels. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark, because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On 1st and 10, Daniels. This pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Back to throw again. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try to pick up another first down.
2nd and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
There's so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. On the give, this is Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
The offense on 3rd down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense. They kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Herbert. Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. But Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And that makes it a 9-point game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. 2nd down in the yard. Here's Herbert. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And Edwards trying to push forward, but unsuccessful. They stop him short of the marker. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And nowhere to go. He's going to be stopped behind the line. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The handoff, it's Eckler. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Throwing now is Daniels. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Oh, no, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Daniels. And he's going to go down again. Joey Bosa, he's the one that drops in this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
It has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and a mile. Back to throw. Daniels. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. They couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throw over the middle, and it's caught by Johnston. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here comes 2nd down and 5. Looking to throw. Herbert. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Here's 1st down. Herbert. Open man right side, that's McConkey. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And with that pass CD, he's now over 400 yards in the game. And even in a pass-first league, that is still a tough benchmark to hit.
And all week leading up to this one, all we read, heard about was the confidence he had that he could put up big numbers. Kudos to him for coming out here with that belief in himself and for making it happen.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have been fooled.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts in the middle of the field. That should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. Herbert. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as he'll wind up going backwards. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none.
Yes, exactly right.
The Washington offense set to take over. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down to the 22-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Second and 6. A give left side to Robinson. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here is 3rd down and 4. They'll run here with Eckler. And he will have a Commanders 1st down, and that should just about do it. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So it's the Commanders who come away with a win, and it was their quarterback who led the way, Charles. Pretty impressive play for a rookie.
Yeah, he did a little bit of everything, didn't he? He had 2 touchdown passes through the air, another one on the ground, and that defense, they really had no answer for many of their drives.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. From Southern California, so long, everybody.
Alright, what a game. Okay, so Justin Herbert won 40 for 49 with 429 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, and his longest pass of the night was from 76 yards. Meanwhile, Jaden Daniels went 30 for 41 with 313 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and only 1 interception, and his longest pass of the night was from 42 yards. Alright. For rushing, Gus Edwards had 21 rushing attempts for 46 yards and a touchdown, and his longest run of the night was from 9 yards. And Jaden Daniels had 4 rushing attempts for 25 yards and a touchdown, and his longest run of the night was from 15 yards. For receiving, Ben Sinnott had only 1 catch for 3 yards and a touchdown. Hayden Hurst had 3 catches for 21 yards and a touchdown, and his longest catch of the night was from 11 yards. Gus Edwards had two catches for 16 yards and a touchdown, and his longest catch of the night was from 10 yards. Donald Parham Jr. had 9 catches for 147 yards and a touchdown, and his longest catch of the night was from 76 yards. And Austin Eckler had 7 catches for 46 yards and a touchdown, and his longest catch of the night was from 17 yards. For blocking, Zion Johnson allowed a sack. Cornelius Lucas III allowed a sack. Tyler Beyonds allowed a sack, and Andrew Wiley allowed 2 sacks. For the defense, Morgan Fox had a sack, Khalil Mack had a sack, Deron Payne had a sack, Joey Bosa had a sack, Frankie Luvu had a sack, and Junior Colson had a sack. For kicking, Ramiz Ahmed, I think that's his name, made 3 field goals, and his longest field goal was from 44 yards. And Cameron Dicker made only 1 field goal, but he missed the second. And his longest field goal was from 52 yards. For punting, Tress Way had only 2 punts for 82 yards, and his longest punt of the night was from 43 yards. And J.K. Scott had only 1 punt for 45 yards. For kick returns, Chris Rodriguez Jr. had 6 returns for 143 yards, and his longest return of the night was from 26 yards. And Darius Davis had 8 returns for 191 yards, and his longest return of the night was from 27 yards. For punt returns, Darius Davis had 2 returns for 11 yards, and his longest return of the night was from 10 yards. And that is all the stats from this game, as the Washington Commanders defeat the Los Angeles Chargers 44-32. Very fun game tonight. Alright. So the next game that I will be simulating will be later on tonight, as I will be simulating the Patriots versus Bills for Sunday Night Football. And that's gonna be a really fun one. But yep, and that's pretty much where I will leave it off for tonight. So thank you guys so much for tuning to this video. If you guys made it to this video, make sure you guys leave a like, hit that subscribe button down below with everybody. And with that, I will see you guys later on tonight for the Patriots vs. Bills game. And until then, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the night. And as always, stay awesome.